Live from the Texas Cheer Liquor Studios, it's In the Building with Mike Taylor and Rudy J.
We're back in the room after a bout with hemorrhoids. Let the music fade a little longer, makes it cooler. Pretend like you're a DJ on a hip-hop station.
He would have no idea.
Used to get so pissed as a kid. You've been waiting all day to try to record your favorite song. You take the cassette tape, you put the little spitballs in the holes so it'll record, so it'll dub over another song.
Whatever it was on there, yeah.
And you wait for the DJ to, oh, here it comes. And the son of a bitch won't stop giving the traffic and the weather and telling you what's coming up because they did that on purpose. So it would mess up the recording.
Right.
DJs were taught to talk all the way up until the time that the first lyric hits.
Right.
I used to ruin the intros. Good morning, everybody. How we doing? Back.
What up?
Good to have everybody back in the room. Thanks, everybody. It is In the Building, baby. We got a horse race to get ready for, Jose. Lock it and load it and get it ready. It is In the Building, program number 342.
What are we giving away?
From the Texas Cheer Liquor Studios.
I forgot. Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
Pub Sports Radio in Southtown, Texas. The audio disseminator is Jose Bouquet. You can donate to this program each and every day via the miracle that is the Super Chat. You can also donate us coffee. Buy us many coffees. Bouquet will put the link to buy us coffees on the chat. Whether you're chatting on the Love You Hard TV side, a lot of folks have joined our Pub Sports Radio chat side these last several weeks too, which is cool. Back on Anthem TV. Got T-shirts, man. Got these cool Victor Wembanyama T-shirt. It's the Ramones style T-shirt. Remember the old Ramones T-shirt, y'all, from back in the day? There was a Tim Tony Manu one that I still have. I don't wear it as much because it's getting faded, and I don't want to ruin it, you know?
Right.
You have T-shirts that, like, you semi-retire.
Oh, God.
You can't get rid of them because you love them.
But they're, like, used to be black, borderline gray.
Yeah, so you hold off until you really you don't wear it as much.
Right.
I got one of those that's kind of like this, except it says Tim Tony Manu, and it's getting fadey. And the cotton's starting to, like, really...
It's thin.
Yeah, it's thinned out. It's had a lot of battles, me and that shirt. We've had a lot of good times, too. So we're giving away this brand new one here in the same style as Wembanyama, Southtown 101. All right, so you got them horses ready to roll. And how did they get into this horse race? How did these particular 18 horses qualify? They gave money. That's what they did last Friday. These are everybody that donated at least $1 on Friday. You pay us, we will give you stuff. All right. Without further ado, here's the official horse race play-by-play voice.
Me?
Up in the building, Rudy J.
I'm doing it? Okay.
Yeah. Let's go.
Dude.
A full 60-second race, okay.
What? Oh, they're camels.
They're camels. Oh, my God, Bouquet.
Yo,
Sport is chic.
you got to
Wow. What action?
warn me.
What action?
The sport is sheiks.
You got to warn me if you're going to switch up the animal.
Wow.
We should not be racing camels.
I disagree.
Look how slow they are.
Shout out to Herb Phillips, who's quickly falling behind. Came by Texas Cheer Liquor, dropped off a couple cigars for me. Shout out to Herb. But Chris Silva making a late run, and everybody else is moving in mud.
Wow.
This is the slowest group of animals. Yes, I did eat zebra once, Bernard. Adrian Robles.
God.
That just means Adrian's not going to win. It's too much time left.
That's a long neck.
Yeah.
It's a long neck.
There's no.
Here comes Bernard.
Here comes Matt Bernard.
Here comes the whole pack.
Oh,
And it's
Canooper. Canooper with the win. Oh, my God.
As promised, the top 3
Oh, you had 3 shirts.
get a shirt.
Okay,
yes,
who we got?
sir.
So we got Aaron Canooper.
So Canooper wins a shirt.
Menudo Kulo Biter.
Of course. Of course.
And Keto Jar. Hey,
Menudo Culo Biter. Orale.
what place did Puff Puff Pass get? Because he got 12th last time.
Wait, who was third? Keto Jar?
Yeah.
Okay.
He got 12th again. Puff Puff Pass.
Puff Puff went 12. Hell, he got, oh my God, he got 12th out of 18. That ain't terrible.
Sorry, some of you guys just ain't long enough.
That is true.
Okay, there it is.
So who was that? Canooper, number 1.
Canooper
Culo Biter.
Menudo Culo Biter, and Keto,
Keto
Jar.
Jar.
You have won the Spurs Wimby Ramones T-shirt. All right, y'all
Big
got
old long beige
y'all
one.
got
So
the rest of the week to hit me up.
you got till Friday. If Friday you don't come get it, we put it back in another camel race.
Correct. Friday close of business. That is how long you have to reach out to me and arrange for me to mail you these things. Okay? All right. Congratulations are in order. All right. You never know what kind of stuff we're going to give away when you
Yeah.
donate money to the cause. So please do so. I'm gonna kill
Jose
that
let
fucking
another fly in here
I
with
know,
the damn
man.
door open.
It must be you, Jose. He's like Pigpen. He walks
Yeah.
around all dirty all the time. His
Yeah.
hair all fucked up.
True.
Yeah.
You remember Pigpen from
Of
Peanuts?
course.
You have any idea
You
who
don't
Pigpen
know.
is, Jose?
Yeah, the dirty one.
The dirty one. He had a dirt cloud always hovering over him. Everywhere
I'm
he
happy
went.
you knew who
Yeah.
I
Pigpen
didn't know his
was.
name, but I knew it was the dirty one.
It's Jose bringing these flies in.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to kill that son of a bitch before it's the last thing I do. Remember when Obama killed a fly live on an interview?
I don't remember that.
Yeah. Obama was doing like an interview on 60 Minutes, and a fly kept landing on him. And Obama's like, hang on for a second. Got him. Live on TV, just made him cooler because he wiped the fly out. Miyagi say, you kill fly with chopstick, you can do anything. How y'all doing, man? Back in the room. Sorry for the 4-day work week. We'll make up for it by doing kick-ass talk the way we always do. Can I open up today's show by telling a quick story?
Why not?
Uncle Mike. All right, how about a little production value here?
If he can handle it.
Can you handle it? That'll work.
Do you have the apple kiwi kale? That's what I get at Smoothie King.
This is pineapple spinach.
Okay. I
Ugh.
get the apple kiwi kale. Yes, because we care about our insides.
That's right.
That
Anyway.
sounds-
What you got on your mind, Mike?
How old are you, Jose?
Hallelujah.
How old are you again?
Oh, I'm 27, 28,
I bet my penis gets harder than yours
probably.
Lord.
because he eats like a 10-year-old.
He does. Get this fly. Go ahead.
Okay. So, for years, Grandma Becky was a character on our radio show,
Right.
you know. And a lot of the times with our characters and our stories, I embellish them, you know. Don't lie, but you embellish for entertainment purpose.
Of course.
Not once did I ever have to embellish with my mother. Not once.
She was just the real.
All those stories were
are
legit.
legit.
Cougar roast,
Ooh.
bears and chop shops, as
Whatever.
watch bears, riding mechanical bulls at Mickey Gillies, topless at the beach. And I'm like, dude, I'm 7. Why are we? When I'm 3, it's okay, but I'm 7 now, Mom. You
Don't
know?
be so American. It's cool international.
Nah, it's my
No one
mama,
can-
though, you know?
I know, but
My
Go
mother
ahead.
was a wild lady. She was a character. Time she got arrested because she wouldn't stop gambling in the illegal game room in Fort Worth. God,
Respect.
had to bail her out of jail on that one. So, toward the end of my mom's life, and we lost her last October. The last couple of years, her health just went, just crashed. Had to put her in an assisted living facility, and it didn't cost me a ton. I didn't care, you know, it was fine. So the last couple of years were rough on my mom. Toward the end, she got really sick, without going on too long. She just got really sick and kind of lost her mind, you know.
right.
She knew who I was most of the time. She was a little crazy. She was paranoid. She kept thinking that people were stealing all of her money. I'm like, Mama, they're not taking your money. They're not stealing it. They're using your money to pay for you to be here. I'm helping pay for it, but like her Social Security was also helping me pay for her to play and be in that. They're stealing all my money.
Right.
They're not stealing your money, Mom. We're using it to keep you here. You know, so she's losing it.
Right.
That's it. She passed away in October. All right. In February, I get a call out of nowhere from some city council. I mean, not kid, like some city official up in Tarrant County. Turns out my mother had made me her beneficiary. I'm like, oh well, that's fine, but she did that 20 years ago. My mama didn't have a penny to her name at the end of her life. There's nothing in there. They're like, well, she also had a bank account that she drew her Social Security on. I'm like, yeah, well, that account's, it's dead. It's over. You know, that account doesn't exist once she passed. I had it deleted. Well, it turns out my mother had another bank account that I was unaware of. That she was probably unaware of too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she was losing it, you know. This is what I fear for every old person. You fear, like, because they get taken advantage of by telemarketers. They're not with it like they used to be.
Got you.
My mother, turns out, had a bank account that I did not know about.
Okay.
No idea. I'm like, okay, cancel it? Like, well, we need to see if there's anything in it. And so I got advised, try to find the bank. This was the people that called me back from where she was staying when she passed.
Okay.
At the old folks' home. They were telling me she had another account, but obviously now that she's passed, we have no idea if it's anything in it. We could draw from it, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay. So I made a call to this bank. She had a rando bank account at Woodford Bank.
Walmart
in
bank.
Walmart. Okay. My mama was ghetto to the end, baby. Her bank account was at Woodford.
There's nothing wrong with a Woodford account.
Okay.
Don't make you ghetto if you bank
I
at
doubt
Woodford.
Elon's got a Woodford account, you know?
Fuck that.
Do you have a Woodford account?
No.
No. I'm like, okay. And whatever. I'm like, I went into a Walmart about 6 weeks ago. I'm like, I need to close my mom's account. I think I'm her beneficiary. They're like, well, we can't do anything with your mom's because they don't know if she's passed. They're like, we need a death certificate. I'm like, oh my
All that
God,
good
I'm going to
stuff,
go
right.
through all this trouble. But I want to make sure there was nothing with her name left on her. And so I went through the process, filled out paperwork, got a hold of Tarrant County where she passed. Had to prove I was me. Had to prove I was her beneficiary, that I was her
All that
executor
stuff,
and all that
yeah.
kind of thing. And got a death certificate from my mama from Tarrant County. Took it to Woodford like the next week, and forgot about it. Here's my mom's death certificate. I'm her beneficiary. Cancel the account. They're like, all right, well, we'll call you if there's any money in it. Otherwise, we'll just delete it. Okay, no problem. So that's it. It's just like 5-6 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Totally forgot about it. Driving down the highway yesterday, and Nina's like, whatever happened with your mom's account at Woodford? I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea.
Right.
I'm like, should I check on it? Nina's like, you might as well at least delete it. That way
Right.
it's not on the record. I'm like, all right. So I go to Walmart yesterday up on, right here off of 281 in Jones-Maltsberger. And I go to the Woodford Bank and I'm like, hey, I'm Mike. And I was in here like 6 weeks ago. Just make sure my mom's account got deleted. He's like, yeah, no problem. So he's like, yeah, I see it here. Let me have your ID, blah, blah. So the guy's like, okay, I'm going to delete it. I'm like, I appreciate that. He goes, I'm going to write you a cashier's check. I'm like, oh, you are? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My mama had $3,269 in that account.
Good for her.
That nobody knew about. And they gave it to me. So my mother gave me $3,200 in inheritance
Hey, that
from the
comes
grave.
in handy.
Out of nowhere.
That comes in handy.
Forgot all about it. So I just want to say thank you to my mama today. 3,200.
You pass it on and pay some bills and it's gone.
It's just sitting there. You know it's weird. You know what's weird? I haven't
You
spent
feel-
it yet.
You feel weird spending
It's
it?
strange.
You feel weird spending it?
Yeah, I mean, it's silly that I'm feeling weird, but that's my mama's money.
Yeah.
And that poor woman, it just makes me sad because she probably forgot she had that account
Yeah.
because she had lost her mind for the last couple of years. And my money's just been sitting there. I looked at the transaction. Ain't been a transaction in a year. Just $3,200 just sitting there,
See?
gathering interest.
She realized that later on, like, damn, I put that boy through hell. Let me leave him a little something. Let me leave him a little something.
I don't know that she did it on purpose to leave me a little something because Lord knows she was a pain in my ass that last 18 months.
Right.
Calling me 15 times a day. They're stealing my money. God damn, man. I'm going to have to block my own mother from calling
Don't do
me.
that. Stop it.
I'm going to have to silence her notifications. My grandma Becky left me $3,200.
Shout out to
How
Grandma
about that,
Becky.
man? She owed me about $10,000, so that's okay. We'll call it even. Shout out to my mama. Anyway, how about that? That's not why we were out yesterday. But I was just like, Nina's like, whatever happened to that bank account? I'm like, oh yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go check on it. $3,200 just in there. So, shout out to my mama. I'm gonna use it to have fun with kids. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
I'm gonna spend it. I'm gonna blow it on fun.
Yeah, you got to buy a bunch of groceries here this week, so.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true too. All right, how we doing there? Sorry, I just want to share that real quick. I got a kick out of that. It was
No, shout out to Grandma
money
Becky.
out of nowhere from the grave. Shout out to my mom.
Collins Clips is
Grandma
right.
Becky.
Most of the time, and unfortunately, they leave you with, trying to figure out how to pay for the funeral.
Right.
So shout out to her for that.
We cremated her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's supposed to be cheaper.
She demanded she get cremated because
Yeah.
it was cheaper. What it cost me? $1,100, something like that.
Yeah.
Something
What?
Something like that.
Why? That's crazy.
I know, man. I know.
His money and death.
Should we
Yeah.
open up a funeral home?
Yes.
That's
Well,
crazy.
Yes, you
Are
should.
you going to do the cremation of the bodies? Are you going to
Apparently,
go get a
just-
machine and all that?
Fucking throw them in a Dutch oven and we're good.
Throw
Apparently.
them in a Dutch oven.
Good Lord.
Good
Jose.
God, that's
Talking
crazy.
about my mother here,
Yeah.
man. God almighty.
This is the same guy that was talking
He's
about
such
how
a
hot his
hustler.
mom and sister
I
are.
know. Anything to make a buck. It's crazy deal. Kong's Clips was in the building. True story, they tried to charge me $1,200 to cremate my dad. I told them they could have his body, that I didn't have the money.
What?
They probably just cremated it anyway.
Yeah.
And they'll
There's
give
no-
it to you. Yeah, they ended up doing it for free. Yeah.
That's
But let the man going through the same process with my mom. I'm praying that her and Grandma Becky both Ocean 65 that backdoor slot machine joint, and I should be getting my $3,069 soon. Very good, Pauletta, man. Yeah. Thank God that my mama left me as her beneficiary.
Yeah.
Because she left it to any one of her idiot friends or my idiot sisters. That money would have.
I told you that's when my biological father passed.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I met a brother and a sister that I did not know.
Yeah.
They were like, "Hey, man," because my dad worked at Tyler Pipe, East Texas, and everybody from Tyler Pipe got asbestos poisoning. Everybody,
Damn.
my grandfather, anybody that worked at Tyler Pipe in 70s, 80s, all got asbestos poisoning. So my brother and sister would call me. I never met them. This is maybe 5 years ago.
Crazy.
Hits me up on Facebook. We need you to sign this
Mm-hmm.
because we're getting some money, couple bucks.
Okay.
A couple bucks here and there, but it was just strange meeting a brother and sister that you in your 40s that you never knew. But yeah, so
My grandmother did the same thing my mom did. My grandma had an account that no one knew about.
mhm.
And she didn't stack much money in it because she had this piece of shit husband, not my grandfather. And when my grandma passed from cancer in 1993, that asshole took her car, took the house, took all her money. And they were going through a divorce when she passed. But because they were still legally married, he got everything.
He got everything.
Yeah, I got nothing except a bank account that motherfucker didn't know about. There was $998 in that thing. I just graduated high school.
That's a ton of money.
And
when
my
you
grandma,
graduate
I
high
found out
school.
that I was the claimant for $993 in 1993. That was like That's like $3,000.
Yeah.
And I used it to fly to Miami, and then I went to
Oh, that's
Jamaica.
right.
I went to Jamaica for a
I
hot
remember
minute
that
and
story.
stowed away and didn't come back on time. Missed
Wow.
my flight and everything. That was quite the story. Anyway, yeah. So shout out to my mama, Matt Bernard. Tyler Pipe sounds like an adult film star.
Jesus, y'all are so childish.
I knew they were
Let
gonna
the
say
man.
that.
Rudy's
I know,
dad's name
I
is the
know.
Tyler Pipe.
That is
That's
pretty good.
highly unfortunate.
That is
I'm
pretty
drinking
good.
I'm drinking out of my Cowboys. Y'all like my
What are
Cowboy
you drinking
cup?
today?
Water.
Oh, okay.
Y'all like my Cowboy cup?
I do like that.
Shout out to the Cowboys.
Did
I am a
did Jerry
Cowboy
send
fan
that
at
to
heart.
you?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you actually? Was that in your house, or did you buy that recently?
No, this was at my house.
Okay.
Outer box.
Dude, I don't have anything
You
with
don't have
Cowboys
anything
on it.
Cowboys? Wow.
Nothing. It's a toxic marriage, me and the Cowboys.
Yeah, I
I have
know.
nothing. I had a Dak shirt for a little while. I
Oh,
wiped
that I'll never
and I
wear.
literally wiped my ass with it one day as a bit and
It's- what the
threw it in the
fuck
trash can.
What is wrong with this
Threw
dude?
it in the dumpster out back.
What is wrong with this guy?
I've renounced my Dak fandom. Menudo Culo Biter is in the building with a $9.99 donation. Winning a shirt doesn't quite make up for the root canal that I'm about to partake in. Doesn't quite make up for that, but pour some out for my choppers. Oh man, hang in there. I've had root canal too. I've had root canal. I've had crowns put on. I got to get a crown replaced now. A couple of months.
Root canal suck. Just pull
They
that bitch.
suck. I've had that.
I just pulled a tooth.
Mr. Rudy Reach Around.
Oh, my
is
God.
in the building. Look at the avatar.
But why did
pic.
he make
Look at
my?
the photo.
He stole my photo too? Or is this legal? Like, you can't have my photo on a name like that.
Shout out to Inheritance. R.I.P. Grandma Becky. Thank you, man. God almighty. All right, y'all come see us. We had a live show coming up
Jesus,
on
dude.
Saturday, June 21st. Rudy J and I. We will be at Lion and Rose Pub.
Yes, we will.
All right. It's a long day they've got here for us. Anthem TV has put this on. I said Friday I ain't going to no meet and greet. But then I found out that it's inside a badass double-decker bus. All right, I can do that. The meet and greet's in a big old bus. So, if you buy VIP tickets to our June 21st live concert at Lion and Rose Pub up by the Dominion off of I-10 and Barney Stage,
Okay.
you get to come chill with us inside the Lion and Rose double-decker bus for a meet and greet with me and Rudy. Hang out with us and drink some beers right there on the bus for an hour or so. We have, and if you buy a VIP ticket, you get an onstage commercial blast promo, any business you choose.
Oh, wow.
How about that? And you get a marketing package with an in-the-building logo to promote anything you want to simply by buying a VIP package. You get a dinner and you get a meal. The Lion and Rose will have a limited dinner menu for this event, whether you get general admission or the VIP. General admission's $40, VIP's $100. Got a fish and chips, burger and chips, or chicken curry selection that night for dinner. That's cool, man. So the VIP starts at 5 o'clock. So if you want to get there early, we'll be in that bus and hang out with us. The dinner starts at 6, and then the show will get up and running at 7. All right, so we'll be there from 5 to
7 to
whenever.
about
But y'all can
9:30.
get there whenever you want, of course. Yeah, so basically from 5 to 11.
Right.
Yeah, show starts at 7. Nina Duran will do a stand-up comedy bit, as will Redhead Andicover, my buddy. And then me and Rudy will have our live show, and we'll hang out till we'll close the night down at Lion and Rose. All right, I'm gonna.
That's next Saturday
Dude,
already.
yeah, I know.
It's here.
It's a week from Saturday.
Yeah,
on the
we got
21st.
Father's Day weekend coming up, and then boom, it's showtime.
So come hang out with us. Our longest day of the year party in the building, Saturday, June 21, Lion and Rose. All right. I nailed that UT Softball World Series. Feel like I should be an analyst. Game 1, I thought Texas would win a hard-fought battle. Game 2, I thought that Tech would battle back and score. I thought Nyjah might throw a no-hitter in Game 2. She didn't, but she was a badass in Game 1. But then, this is what got Texas Tech in Game 3. As good as Nyjah is, as good as Texas is, seeing the same pitcher for a third night in a row, you're going to figure some stuff out.
Yeah, you called that.
Yeah, and Texas rolled in Game 3, 10-3, to continue
Here he goes.
a debut
10 toes down.
in a conference I was told was going to be difficult. I
They
was
were
told
talking
the SEC
about
was
football,
difficult.
Mike. They were talking about football.
I was told that the SEC, it just means more. I was told that I was told that the NFC East couldn't hang with the SEC West in football. I was told that the SEC, you just don't go in there and just start winning championships. You just don't show up and they're just going to hand you a conference trophy. Look at the Aggies. They ain't won jack fucking shit in 15 years in that conference
It's
or whatever
almost
it is.
10:30. Jesus.
I mean, look how bad A&M's had it.
A&M
This is difficult.
Yeah.
You can't go come in here and dominate us, boy. Y'all gonna come in here.
Mm.
Don't think you're gonna dominate here. Y'all couldn't even win football. Y'all couldn't even win the Big 12. What makes you think you're gonna come into the SEC and take over?
They didn't win the SEC. Well, we're talking about football. What are we talking about? We're talking about all sports.
Well, they did go to the Final Four. They were the last SEC team
They didn't
playing.
even play in the conference championship.
They
though.
played in the national championship.
No, they didn't.
No, they didn't. They got
played in the
They
semifinals.
played the
But
national
still, whatever.
champion.
I know what you
Yes,
meant.
They played the national champion.
Played Ohio State really well.
They were the last SEC team standing. But Rudy, you can be sexist all you want, and you can be elitist, but there's a lot of other sports, and nobody in the SEC competes with UT in that conference as an athletic
As
program.
a program. Right.
As a program, it is by far and away currently the most successful athletic program in the SEC. So y'all are welcome, Big Southern John Plantation, for this royalty that showed up and taken over your shit.
No, the big
Shout
brass
out.
is happy Texas is there.
Oh, yeah, they're happy.
We
They're
got some
happy.
money, Jose. Scroll up.
They're happy.
We
about
missed
this.
$10.
I need to holler. Oh, what's up, Herb? Rudy, how was that stick, player?
Both were fantastic, Herb. Smoked both of them over the weekend. Thank you very, very much, sir. Thank you. Came by Texas Cheer Liquor #1, dropped off 2 cigars, got a couple bottles, and went on his way.
Scroll back up, Bucky.
You got that one. That was a dude talking crap.
Go back down. Oh, that's okay. Nah, stop. He talks to the dude that talks to me. Go up some more.
We'll keep going.
Right there.
Oh.
Inspire 90.
What'd he say?
Taylor, what happened to your Aikman Hall of Fame someone gifted you? Him. Oh, hookups. Aikman Hall of Fame someone gifted to you. What the hell are you talking about, sweet hookups?
I don't know.
What happened to your Aikman Hall of Fame someone gifted to you? Fuck you talking about? I need more information. I saw Troy Aikman's name and I got excited, because Troy gives me a boner. He won 3 world championships for my football team. Back when the Cowboys were good, when I didn't have gray hair.
Cheers to the boys.
All right, cheers to the Cowboys. I'm still a fan. It's just I don't currently own any swag.
I am elitist. I only drink my water out of Spheres
Oh,
ice.
I like that.
You know what I
Did you
mean?
get that at Texas Cheer Liquor?
Of course.
Probably. I might stop down and buy something Cowboys this year. Just got to figure out what it is, Because with the Cowboys, I think I'm more apt to buy something of an individual player rather than
I like
represent the
CD.
organization.
CD's probably my favorite Cowboy.
You know what?
I could do a CD lamb jerk.
You know what, man?
Oh, I'm going to send you a picture, Jose.
CD might very well be my favorite Cowboys, too. Now that I think about it.
He gets on my nerves, too.
He's a dog.
He gets on my nerves, but he's my favorite
a freaking
Cowboy.
Stud. He's a champ, and he balled his ass off last year with one arm when he shouldn't even have been out there in a lost season, but he didn't want to. He'd come out, so
Yeah.
shout out to him. All right, so UT softball wins. Speaking of college baseball, so the men's College World Series is set.
Wait. When they were about to play, I had 8 guys in the chat. You better talk about UTSA. You better talk about the Birds. Ruining it, not ruining, but spamming the chat with UTSA. Crickets today. I need the same energy after a win as after a loss if y'all gonna want to talk UTSA on this here pod.
Right.
All right?
Yeah.
Where y'all at?
Yeah.
It's cool. There's no shame in what happened, but don't not bring up UTSA today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, but,
You know?
he says an Aikman shirt. Oh, an Aikman Hall of Fame T-shirt he gave me. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I gave it to my kid.
damn.
I gave it to my kid.
You could have lied and said, I still got it.
No, I ain't gonna lie to Mark. I gave it to my kid, Mark. So
Oh.
it's still in our family possession. I just ain't wearing it. Although I might steal it back because it was old school and pretty cool looking.
Oh.
It was kind of dorky, but
Yeah.
cool. It was like cool dorky. All right.
Great
Shout
run,
out to
Roadrunners.
UTSA. I got a question.
What's up, bro?
Either the coaches at UTSA need to shut up,
Damn.
or,
What happened?
or Lisa Campos needs to get fired.
Help me out. What do you mean shut up?
How many coaches at UTSA are going to bitch about money and complain about lack of resources and funds and literally call the athletic director and the president of the school's asses out?
Do they feel like that
Pat
Lisa?
Hallmark threw her under the bus.
But this is what I'm asking the coaches and Trailer too. And Trailer's our guy. But do they think that Lisa has a pot of gold somewhere and she's
Yes.
not putting it into the
Clearly
athletic
they
program?
do because they're frustrated. What is UTSA
Well, where's this
gonna
pot
do?
of gold?
I don't know, but what is UTSA going to do about? I mean, every one of the coaches that wins it all, the first thing they do is bitch about money.
Well, that's because they know.
They ain't
Especially
spending money, y'all. So
Right.
quit, go somewhere else, take another job. You ain't getting no money at UTSA. Period.
and Hallmark's probably frustrated because I'm sure he's well aware if he stays here, he's probably losing 4 or 5 guys to the portal.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
that's probably what that stems from.
That's the system.
But everybody, Bama does too.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's not like UTSA isn't the only people losing people to the Stanford lost one of the best softball players in the country,
Mm-hmm.
Stanford.
Yeah.
Okay, so it happens to everybody, not just you, Hallmark, not
Right.
just Coach Traylor.
It affects the UTSAs way more than it affects the Alabamas and Stanfords.
True. If we lose our best player, it's different.
We're done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. It's just. It's. I'm
Are you over it? Are you beat down?
Yeah. There. If they'd have had the money, they would have spent it on y'all by now. Would they not? Just quit then. Quit. Find another job. This is the world that you live in at UTSA. They're not going to spend any more than they have to on athletics. They got a sweetheart deal with the Alamo Dome. They don't have to. Can you imagine if they didn't have you imagine all of a sudden if the dome burned down? Fuck, they're playing at UTSA. They're playing at Judson.
Yeah, we're playing at Alamo Stadium.
Yeah, they're playing at the Rock.
Yeah,
Y'all ain't even got a football stadium. Your basketball gym is a theater. I mean, shit, half the high school stadiums, like NEISD, Northwest ISD, Northside, their baseball complexes are better than UTSA's baseball complex. So I get Pat Hallmark's frustration, but if they coulda, they woulda, or if they were gonna, they woulda. You know what I mean? Even if to say that they can, they're not. Lisa Campos was brought in here to raise money. I'll never forget when I was doing the old radio show when they hired Lisa, and I basically said, welcome to the town. I think she was at a school in New Mexico, I want to say.
Sure.
I was like, welcome to town. Your primary function is to raise money. Go get me money. And I think she's busted her ass, but she hasn't raised nearly enough, or else her coaches wouldn't constantly bitch about not having any money. UTSA does not have enough people willing to put up money.
We don't have a Cody
build the
Campbell.
Facilities. No, we don't have anything close to that.
Right.
And SMU's got 7 of them. Michigan's got 10 of them.
Well, maybe they're
UT's
not.
got
Maybe
25.
Maybe they're not bitching about. Maybe they're not bitching at Dr. Campos as much as the boosters. Maybe these are shots at the boosters.
They don't have enough. You're a commuter school.
No.
Your campus looks like a shopping mall. It's a miracle that you're doing what you're doing.
It's great.
So
it's
why
a
can't we
testament
be
to them.
happy? Everybody has to bitch over there about lack of resources. Maybe it's by design. Send a
That's
message
just a
to
part
the
of
players.
it. It's
I
a
guess.
message to the players as well. That's a great point. It is a message to the players like, hey, I'm fighting for y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe that's what it is too. I don't think it's directed at Dr. Campos. Like she's hoarding the money and putting it towards stuff that don't
maybe
matter.
she's not. Maybe they need an athletic director who's better at raising funds than she is. Something's amiss over there because none of their coaches are happy. None of them. I think the women's basketball coach, I even think, talked about it because they went far. UTSA's athletic programs are outperforming UTSA's capabilities. And you would think this is a good problem to have, but it's not a good problem if you're never going to have the facilities to match the progress of the department. Rice baseball used to be really good. Pat Hallmark has seen it. Rice was one of the premier baseball programs in the country for about 10 years. They won the national championship in 1993.
Good Lord.
And hell, Bel Air High had a better ballpark than they did. And eventually what happened at Rice baseball? They quit being able to recruit. Their old coach died. They were lucky to have him because he stayed there to the end of his life. He just liked Rice. And then when he passed, that was it. Their program went into the shitter because they don't put money into athletics at Rice either.
It's a school for guys that go to work for NASA.
And UTSA has continually changed conferences and gone up, but they don't have the resources to do it. They're still middle of the pack at most in the the AAC. When it comes to spending, they're bottom half.
Facts.
Either they don't show or they just don't got it.
Don't know. I don't care about what's going on with the runners.
But them runners are pissed, and I hate that was kind of part of Pat Hallmark's post-game press conference. He got asked about it, and he was not shy. But anyway, hell of a run.
Great season.
God knows when they'll get that far again. So shout out to UTSA baseball. Good luck to
Jose, you got my Twitter live?
I believe so.
Okay, just
All right.
making sure.
Is mine live? God dang it.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay,
All right, just
cool.
making
Very
sure.
good.
All right, let's roll.
All right, it's in the building. Show presented in part by GC Roofing and Construction. They were over at yet another happy customer's house yesterday, I believe.
Priscilla?
I think it was Finnego.
Oh,
I think they
okay.
went to his spot on Monday. So
Awesome.
GC Roofing and Construction. Man, more weather coming into the state today. North Texas got pummeled pretty good. Parts of South and Central Texas are going to wind up seeing some of that residual. It's storm season. And if it affects you, this is the time to remember this name. If you wind up having to need somebody to come out and look at your roof, it's GC Roofing and Construction. These are the people you need to call. They're the official roofing builders, reconstructors, replacers, fixers of in the building, and they partner up with Lone Star Nano Service, which can preserve the life of your roof. So maybe your roof doesn't need to be replaced, but Lone Star can preserve the life of it by up to 15 years with their love salts that they spray on these roofs. They also do driveways and concrete driveways and sidewalks and such. It is Lone Star Nano Services and or GC Services Roofing. Call these boys if you need their
Shout out
need
to
their stuff.
subscriber Priscilla. She's smart enough to understand. I'm about to get a roof, but so I can make sure I get the 30 out of it, I'm gonna put the roof with
Yep.
GC. Then I'm gonna spray it down
She's doing
with
both.
with Lone Star Nano. So
That's
shout out
awesome.
to subscriber Priscilla.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
I think I heard a rumor that you or me or both of us might be actually going out to Priscilla's at some
I've heard
point to
about
check
this.
it out.
I've heard about this.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
All right. Y'all want to partner within the building like GC Services and Lone Star? Believe me, it works. If you give it time and you got the right product and you have a good company that does great jobs, because we only want to work with companies that do well, that back what they say. And all of our current 7 people that we work with, they do. All right. Want to partner with me and Rudy? Take advantage of In the Building's hospitality. Get some business for your business. Hit me or Rudy up with a DM somehow, some way. And let's talk about partnerships on this show. All right. The NBA Finals got back and rolling while I was away and you were away. And as suspected, Oklahoma City, they didn't just win the game. They beat Indiana pretty good, but just like we predicted, Oklahoma City was going to play its best ball.
I don't think they've lost back-to-back at home ever this season.
Ever. Indiana had the feather in the cap by getting game 1.
They did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, and now you get the total overreaction. Oh, Oklahoma City's figured out
I hate
Tyrese
that.
Halliburton.
I
No,
hate
they
that.
have not. Game 3 comes down, what, tonight? Tomorrow.
Tonight.
I can't keep up with the damn series.
I'll tell you right now.
All
Sorry.
right, tell me right
It's
now.
tonight. They played Sunday. It should be tonight.
You would think.
But this is the NBA. Maybe Wednesday.
I know it is the
I have
NBA.
to look. All I do is I'll watch it when I see Twitter start to talk about it.
Thoughts
So,
on game 2?
Wednesday.
Wednesday, of course. It's the NBA.
Almighty.
Thoughts on Wednesday? Look, Oklahoma realizes like you have to treat the Pacers. We talked about it. You have to treat the Pacers like it's a UFC fight. You catch the guy with the good right cross, he falls to the ground, knocked out. Well, once you've hit the Pacers to the mat,
Mhm.
you have to then jump on top of them and pound them out, a la UFC. If you don't, they will beat you in the fourth quarter. And that's what Oklahoma did. They kept the foot on the gas. Hell, Oklahoma didn't want to pull the starters. Oklahoma didn't pull the starters till like 2 minutes left in the game, because it's like, this is how you have to treat the Pacers. So I expected Oklahoma to bounce back. They haven't lost 2 games at home in a row all year long. So again, I figured this is going 7, and it seems like that's what we're on pace for. But as far as Tyrese's side, Tyrese has to read the room and understand, like, I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to get everybody involved, which makes y'all a better team.
Mhm.
But when you get the game in 12-13 and you can kind of see the game slipping away second, third quarter, be aggressive. Push the envelope. Stay on, come at him. He tried to wait till the fourth quarter to kind of turn it on. Passed up a lot of shots in quarters 1 through 3. He can't do that. You're the best player on the team. Here and there, read the room and understand when you got to turn it on. And I'm sure he had a long talk with Rick Carlisle about that. Pacers will be fine. Pacers probably win game 3.
You think the Pacers win
Pacers
the series?
No, I got Oklahoma still winning the series.
All right.
Oklahoma
In 7?
still, yeah.
Yeah.
I got Oklahoma winning game 7 at home.
I had OKC in 6. I still feel like that's going to be the
That
case.
could be.
Yeah.
It could be. It could have figured him out.
I think Oklahoma wins game 3. Indiana plays desperate and wins game 4. And then OKC wins the next
Boom,
2.
boom.
Yeah.
Got
That's
you.
my prediction on how things will go. All right. Did you see over the weekend the video and pictures of Wemby in China hanging out with Shaolin monks
They say he's serious about this.
with a shaved head?
They said he's that serious about it to where he shaved
Did he
his...
convert to Buddhism?
No, he's just serious about this, whatever it is, Shaolin,
Was it just
Shanghai
like to
life.
show respect? Did he legit like give his heart to
I
Buddha?
heard from everything I've read, he's really into this. It's not just, yes, he did. Maybe he did it because he's there, but from everything that I can gather, he's really into this lifestyle and how they get down.
You got a picture, Jose? Post that dang picture for people to see. There he is
I like Bald Wemby.
in full monk robe, sitting in a temple somewhere in God knows where, China, with a
good.
shaved head.
First of all, he's over there selling sneakers. Let's be clear. But
Okay, that actually, I hope you're right, and that's what's going on. This is all
I mean, he's showing respect, but he's
Yeah.
over there to sell sneakers. Like,
okay.
everybody that's with Nike
This is an
or has a
NBA
shoe,
trip.
This is NBA Superstar 101.
All right.
You got to go to China. You got to get that market.
Okay.
You have to.
So hear me out. I'm happy that you told me that. That made me feel better about that photo. And here's the reason why I believe you. Because if you're legit gonna give your mind and soul to Buddhism
hmm
and practice Shaolin Buddhism, you don't splash it all over your fucking social media. You just do it.
You just do it. Right?
Yeah. So it's a photo op, kinda. Not that he did totally like legit respect these people,
Right.
but it's kind of a photo op to sell some sneakers. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Had he just showed up
And then paid
with a
and paid
shaved
homage.
head and
Paid
had
homage.
a little braid and decided to go vegan,
It's just weird seeing that 7'5" dude
he's
looking
sitting
like
cross-legged at the press conference out of nowhere. I'm like, oh my God, this kid's lost his mind. He's an overthinker.
that. Was he really sitting Indian style?
No.
Oh,
I'm
because
just
I was
saying-
going to say,
I'm
that's
saying,
impressive.
Let's say we didn't know about this Chinese trip, and he shows up on media day here in a couple of months, and he's sitting on the ground on a piece of carpet, and he's sitting there Indian style, like you say. The kids say crisscross, Rudy.
Oh,
Indian
you know what?
style,
Boom.
yeah.
That's
come
offensive.
on.
Eugenics
My bad.
offenders.
I'm
Indian
old.
style.
I forgot.
I
I,
like
thought
it.
we were
Come on,
allowed to. We're
Rudy.
not.
Jesus.
That's offensive. My bad.
Yeah, it's all offensive. We can't
So it's
talk no
crisscross
more.
applesauce now.
Yes.
Damn.
50-year-old grown men say crisscross applesauce. That's the mature way to say that.
Okay.
Cross-legged.
I said Indian style.
Indian
Damn,
style.
that
oh,
is
it's
messed up.
fine. Just giving you shit. I don't give a shit. But like we show up on opening day and he's sitting there like that. I'm
That'd
like,
be a
oh
great
my
bit.
God. No, that I'm worried about this guy.
You just want him locked in on basketball.
I just don't want him
It's time
being,
to get to
I just
the
don't want him to
playoffs.
turn into a colossal pussy and put basketball 17th on his importance
No,
list.
that'll never happen. He says he's for real.
Okay. But it's a photo op because he wants to sell shoes in China too.
Yes.
All right, makes a ton of sense. Okay,
Do you
well,
guys
that makes
think
me
the
feel
monks
better
have
about
ever
things.
seen anyone that height? Like, what do the
Of
monks?
course.
They've had Yao Ming.
I was about to say the monks just rolled up and they're just like doing the thing.
You
being
saw
by
the guy in
themselves.
Rush Hour 2.
Oh, you're right. You're
The
right.
monks, time out. Those are not real monks. Those are actors.
Oh.
boys. I don't know, man. So of all the different hairstyles, I like this one best. I think too.
I like Bald
Over the
Wemby.
mini fro.
I like Bald Wemby because then you just get up and go to work.
Yeah,
You ain't
that's
got the
straight
little
business.
stupid brush. You ain't got the stupid products.
He had
You
the
don't gotta
braids too
call
for
in
a
your-
hot minute.
You don't have to call in your braider. You're not gonna be like Allen Iverson getting your hair braided while you're on the bench. You remember that?
Yeah.
Epic. Classic.
Well, it was falling out. He had to fix
Yeah.
it.
So no, I like bald. Bald, you just wake up and go get in the gym.
All right. He cornrolled it there for a minute.
Yeah, he
Thought
did.
that was weird.
I might give me some Tyler Perry fake cornrows.
I've been told that I should do that to my hair.
You should do something.
You could.
Just do something
It
to
would
that
be
shit.
kick ass if you did. Manny Ramirez, you've got Manny Ramirez's hair.
Just do something
He
to
did
that
it.
shit, Jose. Just give a shit.
I'm cutting my haircut today. The barber college was closed yesterday, so no $7.
Wait, you're getting a haircut today?
Yeah.
At the barber
Oh,
college?
I need to see this.
Why do you go to the barber college?
Do you want to be transparent with you, Rudy?
Is it free?
It's $7.
Yeah, haircuts are expensive, so I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, I ask for the same haircut every time, and I get something different every time.
Yeah,
so-
why would he go anywhere else? He clearly does not really care about how his hair looks.
Yeah.
He's just probably cutting it out of convenience because he's hot.
Right.
Yes.
All that pubic hair is making him hot.
Thank you. Mike knows me.
All right, depending on what you get, I might go have a T-shirt done with your likeness on it with your new haircut.
Okay. I don't think it'll be that scandalous.
I'm serious.
Well, if we sell out the Lion of the Rose and dye my hair, so
That's
That's
what
right.
he said. He's
That's
going
right.
to dye his hair.
A
if
color
we
of
sell
whose
out,
choice?
If we sell
Your
out the
guys'
live
choice.
show.
Our choice? Okay.
If we sell out the live show, Jose's going to dye his hair. Okay, that's a good bit. All right. Are you going to dye it before the show so we can see you?
sure.
Of course. All right. Very good. And I'll go get a T-shirt with your freaking face on it, and I'll rep it all over the town with your new hair.
Sure.
And when I get that T-shirt and have your logo put on it, because I'm going to put in the building on it, I'm going to go to Sammy's Embroidery to have it done, because that's where I'm always going to go every single time I need shirts or hats done. From now on, the official swag partner of In the Building is Sammy's Embroidery, right there on San Pedro. Sammy's been there since 1994. The Cowboys were winning Super Bowls when Sammy's Embroidery got up and running. They're no longer going to the playoffs. Sammy continues to win championships as by far and away the best in the state at what he does. Matter of fact, I was in there yesterday, and he was saying his busy time's coming up soon because midsummer is when all the school
They
districts will
place
reach
their
out.
orders, right?
They got to get all their stuff done in advance. And Sammy's going to be up to his ears in business, which is good, serving school districts. He does school districts. He does the cops. He does businesses galore, no matter what it is. Paint body shops, 5-star Michelin restaurants, whatever it is. Podcasts. We all go to Sammy's Embroidery to get our stuff done, and you should too. I was in there, and Sammy's like, oh, one of you guys came in earlier today, a YouTube watcher.
You know why?
Thank you for doing that, whoever that was.
Because the advertising within the building works.
That's right. And we only work with quality companies, too.
Right.
So it's a good partnership. Sammy's Embroidery, 824-3900. Hit him up. He's only closed on Sunday. It is Sammy's Embroidery, guaranteeing 24-hour turnaround service on any order you got. Sammy's Embroidery. All right. Want to get violent, do a little punching?
Yes.
It's time to get violent up in here on In the Building.
Now, it's time for People I Want to Punch on In the Building.
All right, before we do that, thank you, Geechee SA, $20. Got to catch up on my donations.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it very much. He's in the building. Who you punching?
I want to punch insurance companies, but specifically, not pacifically, you idiots, specifically, Allstate.
Ah,
Man, look, you know, got a good buddy, won't name any names, got a good buddy.
Ralph Davis.
Yeah, Ralph Davis reached out to GC Roofing.
Okay.
Russ was on the roof all of 5 minutes and was like, yeah, man, this shit's pretty bad.
Your roof?
Not mine. This is
Oh.
on my buddies.
Oh, but okay,
on
buddy.
my buddies.
Yeah.
On my buddies. Yeah, man, it's pretty bad. You need a new roof. Only to have the third party Allstate adjuster call my buddy and say, yeah, man, you don't need a new roof. And so when my buddy tells me this, I'm like, okay, well, cool. Then we'll just have my man Dale and Nano come and put the love sauce on it. Maybe we can, you know, bring it back to life a bit. And I said, show me the pictures. This roof looks like dog shit, right? One of the worst roofs I've seen in a while.
Oh, man.
He clearly needs a new roof. But the reason I'm punching Allstate is because his family has been with Allstate for 40 years. 40.
Damn.
Roof is about 20 years old now. The
Mhm.
roof looks like shit, like dog shit. And only for Allstate to tell him, no, it's actually not that bad. You're fine.
Mhm.
Imagine giving somebody your money for 480 months. 480 months. You're with a company for 40 years. And again, keep in mind, these are the same companies that wouldn't answer the phone when California was burning down. That's what these insurance companies do, man. Insurance is the biggest freaking ripoff, rape, assault. It's insane how they do their, again, my buddy's been with this company 40 years. Roof look, again, I don't have no dog in the fight. You know what I mean? It's not my roof. The roof, he needs a new roof. Only for Allstate to be like, nah, You're fine. No, he's not.
Hmm.
So punch Allstate, punch the insurance industry as a whole, but specific because I have Allstate too, and they suck balls. We're looking to change immediately, and the thing that pisses you off, you have everything under these people just to make it easy.
Yeah.
Car, life, home, you know what I mean? Everything, and as soon as you need them, no, nothing we can do about that. So fuck Allstate with the Tyler pipe. Punch those assholes. Punch the insurance industry as a whole, man. No, I'm not in good hands, Bernard. You smart ass.
The CEO of Allstate is Tom Wilson.
What does he make? $46 million a year?
$26 million in 2024. $1.4 million salary, but he made $8 million in bonuses, $5 million in stock options, $11 million with stock awards, and $91,255 in other.
See, $8 million in
Whatever
bonus. You know how a CEO gets an $8 million bonus? You deny a bunch of claims. That's how your CEO gets $8 million in
Right.
bonuses.
Right. I'm not saying you should do what Luigi Mangione did to
I'm
that
not
poor
saying
guy.
that either. I don't want to kill nobody.
Full Luigi?
Not for Luigi, but you should always, it's a pain in the ass because God knows we all have enough to think about. You should always be considering who are my insurance companies and should I change? I'd
Always.
be swapping out all the time.
You
'Cause they're
do?
always, I try to
Good.
because they're
Good
always
for you.
trying to
Smart
one up
man.
each other.
Smart man.
They're always trying to one up each other. Yeah, man. I wish I could just find, like right now, I don't have medical insurance.
Me
I have
either.
life insurance through my kids. I have it out through them, for them. If I get croaked, I don't even have medical right now. 50-year-old man need a colonoscopy. I don't have medical. I'm looking for the right person or company right now because I need to just. We don't have medical plans here at Love You Hard TV. And so I was paying for my own there for a while.
Yeah. Didn't like it.
I got laid off a couple months ago by the other job,
Oh,
and so
gotcha.
I have had to cut back until I can find another full-time job. So I'm in the market
Right.
for some medical insurance. Punch Tom Wilson of Allstate. All right. I want to punch the noted rapper, you know Da Vibe, Boss Man Fat.
I don't know a Boss Man Fat. I know a Boss
Where's
Man
my sound
D-
effect?
I
God
thought it was
dang
Boss Man D-Lo. Are you sure it's Boss Man Fat?
Boss Man Fat.
Okay, I'm listening. I don't know this guy.
YKDV, Boss Man Fat. The YKDV stands for You Know Da Vibe. He's also known as former Dallas Cowboys cornerback Kelvin Joseph.
That's him?
That's him.
Why is he calling himself fat? He's skinny.
He was Boss Man Fat when he was in college at Ole Miss. I think he went to Ole Miss. This kid was a red flag in college. He got in trouble a lot. And they took him in the second round anyway.
Didn't his homeboy shoot
His
somebody?
rookie fucking year, he's in the back seat of a car that murders a guy out front of a bar. So he was technically a part of a drive-by shooting. Didn't even get suspended.
Jerry was
Nothing
like, "Come on,
happened
back."
to him. They were able to prove that he didn't want that, and
He
was.
did beat the charges, Mike.
I know. His whole bit was, it wasn't me. I didn't want my buddy to shoot the guy. I didn't know that was going to happen. But it just points to the kind of folks you're hanging out with.
Right.
Cowboys dumped his ass after a year. What a wasted pick. He bounced around for a couple of years. I forgot the kid was alive.
Me too.
He's in one of these knockoff football leagues playing for something called the DC Defenders. But like everybody, once you live in Dallas and you play for the Cowboys,
You stay there.
You stay. So this asshole's still living up in the Metro sex. 4:45 in the morning the other night. He's coming home from being out all night, drunk, kills a mother of two.
He did?
Smashes into the back of her. She's on a motorcycle, 4:45 o'clock in the morning. Don't know what she was doing out riding around on a motorcycle. Maybe going to work. I don't know. And Boss Man Fat, Kelvin Joseph, runs into the back of her, kills her on the spot. He goes home, waits about an hour, panics, and then goes ahead and calls the cops. So he called on
He did.
himself. He's been arrested. He's out on bond this morning, being charged with DWI /
manslaughter.
not yet. They could, but right now it's collision involving personal injury / and or death.
So the problem with this case is, and I had a buddy that went through this hit and run. He was drunk.
Did your buddy kill somebody?
No, he didn't kill anybody, but it was a hit and run. But the thing about it, if it's after the fact, they have no way of knowing if you were intoxicated since it's after the fact.
Well, when so he called the police from his house like
Right.
an hour later. When they got there, he was drunk. So they took him in for DWI.
Oh, wow. I didn't know they could do
he
that.
He was drunk when they got there.
Fudge.
At least he called the cops. Now, he
Yeah.
waited an hour. He went home first and then waited an hour.
Man.
Rather than sit there with that dead woman. Shut down I-75 northbound out of Dallas for about 4 hours.
She had 2 kids?
Yeah. Fuck. She was heavily into the motorcycle community. We just had a mother of several kids get killed in San Antonio last month on a motorcycle middle of the night over here on I-90.
That's why those signs say watch out for motorcycles. I know some of them drive stupid and it makes you angry.
Sure.
But because some of them do a lot of stupid shit, you know, and they make it bad for the guys that are paying and the gals that are doing it the right way. But yeah, you got to check that blind spot a couple times.
And I get called insensitive because I'm like, what are you, your mama, you mother of 2, fuck you. What are you doing riding a motorcycle to begin with? And what are you doing out at 4:30 in the morning on your motorcycle? I'm not trying to be an asshole.
This could be coming from
but
work.
The reason why you don't do that is because drunk motherfuckers are out there too, and they're in cars.
Right.
Like Kelvin Joseph. Punch his ass. He's looking at prison.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. He hadn't been charged with manslaughter yet, but you just wait. They're going to build a case against this kid.
Wow.
His life's over. He's like 26.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. Orlando Kell, the official family lawyer in the building. If you need a family lawyer going through a divorce, whether you filed or you need to file or she filed against you and you're looking for defense, Orlando Kell for 26 plus years now in San Antonio, Texas, and all over the great state of Texas has been one of the preeminent family lawyers in this town. It is Orlando Kell, Thunderdomer, Longhorn, fighter, defender, offender. He is the man when it comes to family law. Orlando Kell, 210-775-4995. Email him directly, orlandokell.law@gmail.com, orlandokell.law@gmail.com.
What up, Dabby? What up, Pub Sports?
What's up,
See
Dabby?
y'all all over there.
Good to have all you boys in here on that Pub Sports radio side. Good to have Fox News Dave.
What's
in
up,
the
Fox
building.
News?
$20. Thank you, David. Appreciate that.
Shout
man.
out to Fox News for coming over to the YouTubes.
Ma'am, Adrian, bikes are death machines, but you got to live your life. No judging just ain't worth my life. Yeah, I don't get on motorcycles. I don't get in helicopters, and I don't get on small planes like Fox News Dave flies. Now, I would get on the USAA corporate jet. That's different. I'm talking about these little...
I flew in Dave's plane.
I know you did.
Mike has me doing a bit for the Mike Taylor show.
Yeah.
The bit was, I had to pay off a bet. I went and slid in barbecue sauce.
Wait, time out. Say that again. What'd you do?
The most unfortunate moment in my radio career. Mike talks me
We turned
in.
Rudy into human barbecue.
Yeah,
meat.
a black man sliding
did
into
it
barbecue
too.
sauce.
I was the chicken.
But he was like, yeah,
You were
let's
the
do this
brisket.
bit. Yeah, let's do this bit. We went out to the barbecue spot. We're supposed to fly in Fox News Dave's plane, right? It's like a little plane. The plane's so small, put it like this, the passengers wear headphones.
Yes.
So I get to the plane. I'm like, Fox News, where's Mike? Oh, he don't want to get in this plane. I'm like,
No
what do
way.
you mean?
Not going to do it.
Yeah, we flew about 4,000 feet.
Yeah.
It was a
And
little
y'all
nerve
looked
wracking.
like badasses when you landed. It
Yeah,
was
it was
cool
cool.
with you getting off the plane. And you always going to bring up how unfortunate that was. Did you know that barbecue place was a black-owned business?
Yes.
Just saying.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's just weird seeing a black man sliding in barbecue sauce.
Is there a video of this?
Oh, yeah.
It's somewhere.
It's out there. If you go to YouTube, just put in like Big Barbecue and Rudy J.
Gosh damn, I
See
can't
if you
believe
can't
I let
locate
Mike
this.
do
If
that.
you can't find it by today, maybe we can run off tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll
It
find it.
has nothing to do with Dave. Dave's one of the premier pilots in this state.
Yes,
He's the
he-
lead. He's the guy at USAA. He flies the corporate people around.
Yeah,
That's a veteran right there. Man's been around long. Ain't got nothing to do with the pilot.
no.
It's that machine I have fear of. I ain't doing that. Can't do it. I ain't gonna do it. Don't get on my ex-father-in-law who designed the computer systems in Tomahawk helicopters
Yeah,
for Jennifer Bell helicopter told me
Nice.
don't ever get in an helicopter.
really.
This is the guy designing the motherfucker. Don't get into it. It defies all laws of gravity and physics. Don't do
I'll
it.
never do a hot air balloon. I don't understand.
Hell no.
I don't understand being that close to fire in the air. Like, what? Like, who does
that? Don't worry about it, Jose. Rock it up for tomorrow.
He ain't gonna find it.
Rudy.
Thank God. Dabby wants to see it. Nah, we're not
Barbecue
finding
challenge.
that video.
No, we are.
I'll look for it.
The barbecue challenge is tomorrow.
And in true black man fashion, Jose, kept my socks on.
Oh, of course.
Black man, we don't do barefoot much.
That's funny.
We don't do barefoot
For the
much.
record, I did it too.
Mike did it too.
Did you do it barefoot?
Yes.
Of course,
Yeah, I
Mike
don't get my
did.
socks dirty.
I kept my t-shirt on too.
Oh, okay. Well, people in the chat, search
Yeah.
for this video and find this video. Send it to me.
Yeah,
Oh,
help
my
Jose find the Rudy barbecue video
Please
when he
do.
slid in the barbecue sauce and sent it to him. That shit got in my eyes.
Yeah, it was tasty.
It was tasty. But my eyeballs were burning out. All right, let's talk football.
Is it football season?
Yeah, speaking of them Cowboys. So we had a death over the weekend. I don't know if y'all remember him or not. So some of you old school Cowboy fans will remember this. Back in the 80s,
Pull up that picture I sent you, Jose. Show you how
McDonald-
old school I am.
McDonald's had a really great bit where every year they would release the annual Cowboys team poster. Oh, look at Rudy J.
If you don't see, first of all, look at that TV.
Oh, look
All
at
right?
that.
And number two, if you didn't have that Tony
That's
Dorsett,
badass.
if you didn't have that, you can't say you was a Cowboy.
Send that to me, Bouquet. I need
what,
that picture in my phone roll.
what year was this, Rudy?
Ooh, so I was born in 77. I look about 8 or 9.
Send that to me.
I look about 8 or 9, so probably
You look cute. You're a cute little
85.
kid.
This is right before I became a Bears fan.
You know what I love to study in these old pictures? I love to study the background, like the TV, the art.
Yeah, you see the TV? Look how old
Yeah,
that
look
TV
at that. That's you have to turn the channel. Click, 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 click. That's when you literally cut the TV on.
Yeah.
And cut it off.
I bet you that TV lasted 30 years, not like these little flat bullshit TVs they do now. Look at that. That's the only reason
Look
I pulled
at
that picture up because
that.
we talking
That
old
is
school
incredible.
Only because we talking old school Cowboys.
Wow, that's great.
That's good. Nice
That's
hair,
great,
too.
man.
Nice hair. What's
Look
it?
at that.
Is that
I
a joke?
Love the double stripe on the
You
sleeve.
see the double stripe?
God, that's so badass. Look at that.
Mike
Look at
wants that shirt
TV.
now.
Oh, dude, hell yeah, I love that shirt.
Mike wants that.
Kind of the
shirt.
quarter, kind of the half sleeve,
Yeah.
just barely goes over the elbow.
That's Dorsett, right?
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Dorsett.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
Dorsett.
Just making sure.
Yeah, look at that, man. That is so kick ass.
Well, Mike's gonna look at this picture now for the rest of the day. And be like, look at that TV.
Yeah, that's badass.
Is that a lamp with a fire candle in it, like an actual
That
flame
square
lamp?
thing
That
is
is
the TV.
kick ass. All right, so
What happened?
going back to these days. So every year in the 80s, McDonald's would sell Cowboys team posters. It was
Yes.
so much fun to go to get you a Happy Meal.
I remember
Get
this.
the poster. It's all rolled up with a rubber band. It was it was just what you did every year
Mm-hmm.
right before the football season. You unroll that thing when you get home. You tack it on your wall, and it had it was a big poster too. It was huge, and all the names and the numbers. And I would study that roster. So I knew more about the Cowboy roster when I was 12 than I do at 50.
Yeah.
Not
oh,
even
God.
close.
Not even close.
I could probably quote, if you gave me a number, I could give you the name. Or if you gave me the name, I could probably give
And
you
you
the
were
number
on it.
in those days. Yeah.
Because you actually had to read it and then it logged
Yeah.
differently than the phone.
Yeah, and
Right.
one guy who was on every single poster that I ever had, because he played for the Cowboys from 1976 to 1989,
Who?
was the great Tom Rafferty, the longtime Cowboys starting center and left guard, who died over the weekend at the age of 70. Pour one out for the great
You remember him.
Tom
huh?
Rafferty, who
Okay.
represents those old school 80s Cowboys. He was a young player on that championship team when they beat Denver at the Superdome in 77, 78.
77.
And yeah, shout out the great Tom Rafferty died over the weekend. What did let Tom Rafferty? Good times. Y'all the old
Who was
school,
the quarterback
old
at that
Cowboys
time,
remember
Roger?
that. Staubach toward the end of it, the end of the 70s, and then Danny White took over in the 80s full time.
Mhm.
So it was mostly Danny White. 3 NFC championship games those Cowboys played in the 80s. Didn't win any of them, but they went.
Yeah.
Danny White caught hell.
Shout out to Danny White. Look, and and think about all the hell Danny White caught, right? My man Dak can't even get there.
I know.
And Danny caught hell.
I know. Danny White was awesome,
He was.
and they were never the better team. I always argue that, too. Same thing with the Stars. They fired Terry DeBoer, their coach, last
Stupid
week.
decision.
Okay, that's fine, but tell me how many times in those conference championship series have you been the better team?
Yeah.
Well, he got fired because he was an asshole and he threw guys under the bus. Well, they should have showed up ready to play.
Yeah.
Got their ass kicked in an elimination game because the goaltender wasn't ready to roll. Anyway.
Speaking of hockey,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Y'all tell me, what did Florida take their hearts last night? What
well,
the hell was
I picked
that?
the Panthers in 6.
You did pick the Panthers.
Oh, yeah. Panthers
What
are
what
rolling.
was that?
One team getting its ass kicked, the bottom falling out, getting bad breaks on the road, and then losing its ass and deciding to start a fight with everybody.
Yeah.
That's hockey. One of the things you do in hockey that is unique to hockey, no one else does this, is when you're getting your ass kicked on the scoreboard,
Punch someone.
you have a fight. That's what they do. Whenever you're getting whooped, you can't let the other team think that they've gotten you.
They bitched you
or
out.
they've bitched you out. They've gotten in your head. You kicked our ass on the scoreboard, but we ain't done. We're fighting.
crazy.
We're not going to lay down.
It's so crazy.
And so it turns into
the unwritten rules in hockey are crazy.
It turns into an all-out street brawl.
For sure.
Did you see it last night?
Yeah, that's why I'm
Everybody
like, what
was
the hell
fighting.
was that? That's what I'm asking.
7 guys got thrown out of the game, but it was toward the end of the game anyway.
Yeah, it's all about the rest of the series.
Is the
those
series
fights.
over?
No.
Edmonton's got a puncher's chance, but Florida made a hell of a statement last night. I think the Panthers wind up winning in 6.
That double overtime loss was brutal.
That hurt
For
my feelings.
Edmonton.
That
Yeah.
really hurt my feelings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was brutal.
That
hurt.
Yeah.
I'll also just say that the same teams, the Panthers went up 3-0 last year.
Great point,
And
Jose.
Edmonton came back, so I don't think there's any like point where Edmonton will be really like sweating because they've been here before and they've done it all.
Panthers in 6. Panthers are good. They're going
Stand
to
on
win
it.
back to back. It's been a minute since somebody won back to back. All right, show brought to you in part by. Speaking of kick-ass videos, just pick one of them. Jose.
Pick one of
I
them.
mean,
Oh,
don't
let's
even
go.
matter. Look
It
at
don't matter.
this.
This is some
All right,
sage.
Put this on the screen here. All right, so another one of our sponsors is SunSafe Auto Solutions, and they also partner up with Sage Armory. What is this vehicle? Is this the G-Wagon?
I want to say that's the G-Wagon.
Oh, my God. Look at this. Look at that. So that car right there, not only is that a badass car that you see all over the place now, not in my neighborhood, just not driven by me.
Not me either.
That right there is fully armored, by the way.
That's what I love about Sage Armor. Like, and they told us that, like, when people spend $200,000 on a vehicle, but they want it protected, they still want it to look like the $200,000 car. But until you see it, like, you know, you would, if we didn't tell you, you wouldn't know it's fully armored. Glass, doors, that little rim around the door right there, that's also bulletproof. Fully bulletproof, bomb-proof.
Yep.
A little bit everything proof. There's no getting in there because they have some big-time clientele.
They do. They make these things, like even the undercarriage. Like
Right.
if you run over like something explodes.
IED, is that what it's called?
Sure. In
Yeah.
war, yeah.
Yeah.
You're pretty protected, man. But the jobs that they do, it's crazy.
No, yeah. So
Shit, as divided as politics are these days, you know, and we're not gonna like tell you who their clients are, but yeah, they do armory too. And some people just think it's cool to have it done.
that's a badass car.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Badass truck.
All right, and that's part of the SunSafe family, SunSafe Auto Solutions. For us normal folks, they also do window tinting, and they do the PPF paint protection to protect your car. We were back and forth to Corpus this weekend, you know, so I was on the highway. They protect your car from rocks. Nothing worse than a rock flying
Debris.
up, screwing up your paint,
Construction.
chipping your car. They do this treatment on there. They've got their own love sauce they spray on there. It's nano, and it protects cars from dents and rocks and stuff and chippies, and of course, auto tinting. I didn't know I didn't know the rules of auto tint in the state of Texas till I
Me
went over
neither.
there and we got the tour the other day. That was pretty cool. So it's SunSafe Auto Solutions and Sage Armory, part of the In the Building Familia. All right. So we're talking about dead cowboys and jailed cowboys. What's new? The sun came up and a former cowboy's in jail. Meanwhile, the Houston Texans, under the great D'Amico Ryans, continue to do things the right way under Coach Ryan. Have you seen who their running backs are?
Yes.
They got good run. They got Joe Mixon, obviously.
He had a good year.
They drafted a kid, Woody Marks, who they like a lot and has a chance to play every day. But because he's cheap and he's had a lot of success in the league and they want to have depth, they're not trying to find one dude, but they're doing it on the cheap. They brought in Nick Chubb, who had a real bad knee. He blew his knee all to hell. He's not been the same,
I'm not mad at that pickup.
but he's going to platoon.
I'm not mad at that pickup.
And the Cowboys have couple of spare-ass backup journeymen, and they're hoping Jaden Blue, the kid from Texas, shows something.
I think
in his rookie
Jaden
year.
might be the real deal.
I hope so. They're going to need him to be.
I think he may be the real deal.
Because I don't trust the other two. So the Texans don't give a damn. They do what they have to do. They signed Nick Chubb despite having Mixon and Woody Marks already. And by the way, they also signed an undrafted free agent. He's going to battle for center. My backup center job, his name is Eli Cox. So the Texans have a Woody, a Chubb, and a Cox on their offense.
Y'all are so... We'll find any reason to bring up a Johnson.
At some point this training camp,
Nick's
going to be standing next to Woody. We're
A
Woody,
Woody.
a Chubb, and a Cox.
I like it.
Are they trying to get better, or are they doing a bit in Houston? What are we doing? Maybe we're doing both. Good shit. I'm going to pay more attention to those Texans this year. I'm interested in them. I like that C.J. Stroud. Obviously, why wouldn't you? How can you not?
Right.
How can
That
you
Jair Alexander that was released, that's not Simone's Bile dude, is it?
No.
Okay.
No, he's like a safety.
Okay.
Yeah. He's been hurt a lot, though.
Yeah. He could play when he wasn't hurt.
There are people enamored with him, calling upon Dallas to sign him. They already got damaged corners.
I
They don't need another one. They need ones that are tough that aren't going to get hurt all the time.
That just means Jerry's doing it by the end of the week.
Man, I surely hope not. All right, show brought to you in part by Texas Cheer Liquor. You mentioned Father's Day earlier in the show.
It's time.
It's time. Father's Day is coming down on Sunday. Was that the 15th?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
And so on the 14th, on Saturday, got a real sweet hookup for your papa. At Texas Cheer Liquor number 1, the OG location up on Petranco, they're doing a bottle engraving. So if you go in there between the hours of noon and 3 on Saturday the 14th, just in time for Father's Day the next day, buy either a bottle of Gentleman Jack,
Yep.
Woodford Reserve,
Yep.
Jack Daniel's Single Barrel,
Yep.
or Herradura Tequila,
Yep.
and have the bottle engraved for free. It's a great, maybe send a message to your pops, wishing him a happy Father's Day, or
Get one for your husband and get it engraved. Say,
or that.
I love your chubby cock.
Wow.
I like your Woody chubby cock.
You would think that would come from me. You would think that I would have said that. Man.
I didn't get, God was like, anyway, I'm going to go in there in this Texas Cheer Liquor live. Noon to 3, come out to Texas Cheer Liquor number 1. Get something for your pops or your husband or your uncle might raise you, your grandfather. What I've been told is for Father's Day, people buy their pops liquor. Mother's Day, you don't buy your mom a bottle of whiskey, so get out there early. It's going to be from noon to 3, but get out there early. Sometimes it gets a little busy on these free engravings.
There's some wild-ass women that would take whiskey, but
for
not
sure.
a lot.
Yeah.
Women, you buy them wine.
Father's Day is a
rosé,
liquor type
champagne.
of day.
Yeah, your pops wants liquor.
Want a little bit of bourbon, a little bit of whiskey.
Tequila. Right. Absolutely. And don't forget, at all 7 locations all over the area, 5% off all Texas Cheer Liquors when you mention in the building at all times. Matt brings up a good point. So if this kid Eli Cox makes the team, we call him a Cox blocker. He's a center, Rudy. That's his job. That's a legitimate nickname. It's not dirty. It's what he does.
I like that. That's good.
I know you like it.
You said the thing earlier. I didn't say anything. That was you.
I demand Mr. Rudy Reach Around be blocked.
I don't know. Obviously, we have a people I want to punch segment every day. What's the opposite of punch? Hug?
Reach around.
All right. I'm giving a reach around today to longtime Hall of Fame NBA basketball coach Don Nelson.
You want to reach around for Donnie?
Nelly made a public appearance. How about that?
Wow.
How about Nelly? Nelly.
See the haircut?
Even cut his hair. Good for Nelly. He got respect.
Right.
Got respect.
Everybody loves Don Nelson. He's just one of those guys that like, yo, man, I want to. Until you've had a beer with Donnie, you haven't had a beer. You know what I mean?
Love Don Nelson.
He's John Daly.
Love him. He hired Avery Johnson when I was covering the Mavericks up in the Metro Sex and handpicked Avery to be his successor when Nelly left. And his son, Donnie Jr., was the longtime GM with Cuban with the Mavs, and they won the championship 2011, blah, blah, blah. But Nelly is a guy that I've always missed. And I respect that when he retired, he was gone. Bye-bye. He went to Maui, built a home out there.
Smoke pot and chill.
Has his hair down past his shoulders.
I love it.
Looking like a wizard.
That's the American dream.
Dude, to do nothing.
To do nothing.
To do absolutely nothing.
I don't care about trying to start a startup company. No, wake up, wake and bake, take a nap, wake up. eat,
Love
take a nap, have some whiskey, take a nap,
Jump in the
light-
ocean for a minute,
light
maybe.
up again,
Chill by the pool.
maybe play some golf.
Watch a
That's-
game. Whatever.
That's the life.
Whatever. Exactly. Yeah, that's totally the life.
Yeah, so I'll
So he
reach
won
around
the-
for Donnie.
Yeah, reach around for Don Nelson. So he was awarded the Chuck Daly Lifetime Achievement Award for legendary coaches.
Okay.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
Me neither.
And so they fly him to Oklahoma City, and he was I guess he's in Indiana in between games. And so he got awarded the Chuck Daly Lifetime Achievement Award. Cut the hair short, looking good. Doesn't sound the same, but he's in his 80s, a little slower. But wanted to tell everybody while he was accepting the trophy.
What'd he tell
And he
them?
was with Rick Carlisle, and Carlisle was laughing his ass off. I just want to say that I'm wearing the new Luka shoes. And I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew that I thought what Dallas did was stupid. That was a terrible trade by them.
So he's Team Luka.
And he didn't. Oh my God! He went on like 5-minute rant about how dumbass Dallas is and how you never trade Hall of Famers. It was great. Nelly being Nelly. I'll never forget. He got fined like 3 times by the NBA, and finally he's like, fine, because Nelly always every post game press conference he'd bring a beer with him to the podium. Nelly'd walk in, he'd have a beer can, he'd set it down, tunk. It wasn't one of the sponsored beers. He drank his own shit. But he had just taken like a swig before he got to the podium. So the first thing you hear on the mic is he's letting out a belch.
Yeah.
Questions? And the league's like, dude, you cannot be having a beer can at the podium.
But y'all can get paid off of it, but I can't have it at the podium.
Nelly's reply was, well, I'm 60 years old. I fucking absolutely can have a beer can with me on the podium. They find him. Finally, he's like, whatever.
All right, I'm going to stop doing it.
I
right?
never forget the time that Nelly got prostate cancer and had to miss a month. And that's when Avery made his coaching debut, when Nelly had to take a leave of absence. And Avery was the interim. Avery was the Mitch Johnson, so to speak.
And then Avery went to the finals.
He did and lost. But nonetheless, when Nelly comes back, they have a press conference because Nelly's back. I'm fine. They had to dig around on my ass a little bit to fix some shit, but I'm okay. That was a quote.
I love
They
it.
had to dig
He's
around
a
in my
national
ass
treasure.
a little bit.
Not
He's the
many
balance.
national treasures on the sports side because
Yeah.
sports really don't matter
Yeah.
in life. But Nelly's one of those national treasures.
Yeah, and was a damn good player.
Yeah.
Won rings for the Celtics, Jose, back in the 60s. And he wound up being one of the better coaches in the league's history.
Celtics, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
With Boston. Yeah, he won some rings with Boston. And then he was a damn good coach for the Knicks, the Pacers, the Mavs, and Warriors. Took an 8 seed. Beat Dallas, was the first 8 seed to beat a 1. He wore jeans in practice. It was great.
Terrible.
Fucking love Don Nelson. So reach around to Don Nelson. Just saying. All right.
Reach around.
A reach around to our boy Jay Ribaldo, too. My man Jay
Wow.
deserves all the reach arounds he can get
Wow.
because he takes care of his people. Whether you are looking to buy, sell, invest, rent, own, por vida, Jay Ribaldo, the official real estate man of In the Building, every single day on his social media and his website, he lists all of the new listings. So go check out all the things that Jay offers to the people.
Go check out my Instagram. We did 2 collabs over the weekend
Mhm.
on 2 new properties for Jay. So they
Yeah,
are on my Instagram.
mine
Go
as
check
well.
Rudy J _ in the building. Check
Yep.
those out. Good stuff there from Jay and his
Yeah,
team.
I met you and I hung out the other day at one of the Texas Cheer Liquor way out on I-90.
Oh, number 3.
And I just could not believe how that
it's
area
grown.
has blown up since the last time I was out there. This house that Jay just listed, beautiful brand new home. It's right there in that hood, right there
Oh,
off of
okay, cool.
I-90, just outside 1604. That place is blowing up, and the property value is cheap, man. He listed like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,400 square feet, $234,000. That house is $500,000.
Shout out to San Antonio.
minimum in the inner city. Great, good stuff. So shout out to Jay Ribaldo, the official real estate man of In the Building. He's talking about living the life. It's like people will get millions of dollars, and the first thing people say is, "Oh, I got to find a way to make that money work for you. Got to find a way to invest it." My reply has always been, "What the fuck for?"
I got to this point, so I don't have to do that.
If I have $30 million in my checking account, why the fuck would I invest
'Cause
any of it?
You know, the famous line from Wall Street is, you know, he asked him, "What's your number?" And he said, "More." There is
It's
no,
just
you
pure
know,
greed.
Yeah, there is no number, just more.
Somebody else that lives that Don Nelson lifestyle. I just read this yesterday. Y'all know who Matt LeBlanc is?
Friends.
From Friends.
Bingo. He was Joey
Yeah.
in Friends. That dude's done a couple of shows since Friends went off the air. He's turned down 100 of them. It's not that he couldn't get work. He turns them down.
Because
And
all the residual money from Friends is probably stupid.
he makes on average $25 million a year in royalties.
Why would I do anything?
He doesn't want to. That's what he always says. I don't want to do anything.
Yeah, all you
Like
gotta do-
literally
yeah,
nothing every day. I don't want to do nothing.
That's awesome.
I don't have a plan.
Doing nothing
I don't
is
have a goal.
doing something.
Correct.
Once you get to my age, anyway.
Absolutely. Joey Tribbiani, Matt LeBlanc has mastered the art of not doing jack shit. If I ever come upon double digits of millions of dollars, first of all, I'm not going to be one of these dumbasses that spends it all because I don't need stuff.
You don't
I
need
never
stuff?
have needed stuff. No.
You are a minimalist.
I've never needed
I've learned
stuff.
that about you.
Yeah, my boy Bill Maher talks about this all the time. He is so insane rich. Bill Maher's worth $150 million.
Maybe more.
He never got married, never had any kids. He has a house, one house, one car. Now he does have a plane, although he's selling that because he's giving up stand up. He's not gonna tour anymore.
He has a private jet?
Yeah.
God damn.
You know how he was already rich, and then he bought 2% of the New York Mets, and then they sold to Steve Cohen, and Bill made probably $40 million on the sale as a 2% owner because that thing went for how many billions of dollars did the Mets go for?
Yeah, that's the other thing. When he just does what he wants.
Yeah.
You know, like he does it because he has opinions and he wants to get them off.
He
but
wants
doesn't-
to.
He wants to.
He wants to do
It's
his
not
TV
a job
show.
at that point.
Matt
right?
LeBlanc just doesn't want to do
I
anything.
don't want to do
I don't
shit.
do
if I
shit.
don't have to.
I don't want to do anything. Why? I just don't want to. That's my dream,
Right.
where I don't have to do shit because people piss that stuff away because they're out chasing. They buy
Investments.
stuff. They try to double it down, or they snort it away and drink it away and gamble it away.
Nothing wrong with that.
Case in point. Answer. What do you got?
I was gonna say, if you hit those double digits of millions, are you gonna break me and Rudy off something? To curiosity.
I'm not asking no grown man for no money.
I am. I'm willing to ask. Yeah, like $5,000.
Well, our plan, Rudy and I, right now, we're building our momentum, and then we'll let you go here in about 6 months,
Okay.
right before
Sure.
we get rich.
That makes sense. Yes, I just want like 5,000. That's it.
That ain't gonna last you a month.
We'll
That's
see,
fine.
Mookie.
That's
We'll
fine.
see. You
Okay.
just make sure you keep them audio levels even. Yes, Mark, his ex-girlfriend was Superhead.
I got a chick named
What?
Superhead. She gives Superhead. Just moved in the building. Even gave the Superhead.
Well, that was her real
Excuse me?
nickname.
Yeah, I know because
She
she
did
gave
a lot of
Superhead.
athletes and ball players.
And
Bill-
rappers.
Bill hooked up with her for a little while.
Yeah,
Who is
she
this?
said
Bill likes the sisters.
he's got a sweet tooth.
Oh, yeah. Big
Yes.
time.
Superhead told the story when she hopped in the car with Jay-Z. He just had his driver drive to the top of the hill and just pulled it out. Never said a word to her. Just like, hey, you just your nickname. Let me see.
Well, it's like getting gas, you know.
Yeah, it's like, all right.
Who is this woman?
It's a service.
You don't know Corinne Steffens?
Is this Nancy Reagan? I don't know who this woman is.
I've heard Nancy was great too.
Yeah, I've heard Nancy
We're
got
not.
that sloppy
We're
toppy.
not doing this.
Rudy,
to
that
Nancy.
is true.
That's fine.
Rudy, that was her reputation.
That's a first
Yeah,
lady.
Nancy could gobble it up.
How do you think she got Ronald fucking Reagan,
An actor.
movie star?
Superhead?
Yeah.
So who is
Yeah.
Superhead?
Look it up.
What's her name again?
Corinne Steffens.
Corinne. That's it.
Bobby
Yeah,
Brown,
anyway, didn't mean to stop the
Jay-Z,
showdown.
Ja Rule,
Didn't mean to stop
Wow.
the showdown.
Bill Maher. Bill Maher wifed her up though, right? Like that was his girl.
He's never
girl.
been married.
Not married, but like
He
that
was her
his
boyfriend
girl.
for a hot minute. Yeah.
Look,
Till they both
everybody's
got
got
tired.
everybody's got a pass, but I got a limit on them. I got a limit. Like that's just a bit much. Like
Bill's
you sucked
nasty.
every rapper's cock, and I'm supposed to move you in.
He didn't. I don't know if he moved her in, but he probably bought her an apartment. Does that count?
Yeah,
Look at the stuff Bouquet's. Wait till Jeff Slaughter looks at the history of Bouquet's computer.
I don't think
The shit that we have him look
I
up.
could only imagine what they search at Pub Sports.
All right, and we have a celebrity death before we get out of
We
here.
do?
Presented, yep, and it's presented by Slackers, the official sports bar. Do not overserve yourself if you go to one of these bars. All right, be careful. All right. We talked about Slackers. They got a big party coming up. Pour some out. Vaya con Dios. A
Leave
guy
that
that
up,
did
Jose.
piss away a lot of money.
Who?
And a brilliant career, a genius musician. The great Sly Stone died over the
He
weekend.
did. I saw that.
Vaya
Shout
con
out to
Dios
Sly.
to-
That's a bad mother father.
Denton, Texas is own Sly Stone, who moved out to California as a young man, the San Francisco area, and was kind of Prince before Prince, but shit it
That's saying a
away.
lot.
I know. Shit it away, snorted it away, had massive drug issues, but because he was so beloved by, although his wives didn't like him too much. He beat the shit out of a couple of them, but
Good Lord.
he was
Mike.
messed up on drugs, but gave us some of the best late 60s, early 70s funk. He's a pioneer of the hip-hop music. He's a pioneer of that hip-hop music. There are very few hip-hop
He's sampled
artists
a lot. He's been sampled a lot by the
that
hip hop
can-
community.
probably Sly and Zap
Yeah.
were the two most sampled
Isley
early
Brothers come to
early
mind. Yeah.
70s funk bands from back in the day. Pour some out for the great Sly Stone. Lost his life, but he lived a while. His son of a bitch did more drugs than Elon Musk.
Shit, Ray
still lived to
Charles.
be 80.
Ray Charles wrote some of his biggest records on heroin.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it opened up his mind, opened him up, ruined his personal life, messed up his health. But so I'm a fan. Just give me some good music.
Right.
Don't you want your favorite bands to be going through hard times,
Yes.
especially like rock bands?
The best music comes from pain.
Sure, especially rock bands. Whenever I find, so and so's going through a horrible divorce. Hell yeah, we got a badass record coming out next month. It's gonna happen, or next year. All right.
Sure.
Yep,
What's
same
it-
thing applies with Taylor Swift.
What happened?
Taylor Swift, same thing. When she gets broken up with, good music apparently.
We were rolling.
Sorry.
We were rolling.
Fight through it.
Tell them about the party.
13-year anniversary, June 26th at the Rector. The Slackers Rector, or I like to call it North Star because Rector's too close to Rectum. So Slackers North Star.
Oh, wow.
They're going to have vendor experiences, door
I
prizes,
think they knew
giveaways,
that, Rudy.
special
We were
appearances,
rolling.
DJs, and more, and complimentary food from, what does that say? Lone Star Cooks?
Yeah, Lone Star Cookers.
Word up.
Lone Star Cookers,
Oh,
13th
yeah.
anniversary. So
Absolutely.
busy next couple of weeks for In the Building. We got our live party, we got the Father's Day, and then we got the 13-year anniversary of Slackers. So June, Gemini season.
What
we
day is the
rolling.
anniversary? What day is it?
June 26th.
Excellent.
5 p.m.
Slackers North Star. Jose will be there videotaping.
Kick ass.
I don't know. I'm just making that up. I'm just making that up. But we'll be.
We ought to
I'm
post
gonna
up,
hang
do a
out.
little bit of live posting.
Yeah, we'll do something. We'll figure it out. We'll talk.
We got the NBA draft the day before
I
that.
know.
We got
June is
stuff
busy.
coming up, y'all.
Spurs like the number 2 pick.
Do not miss our freaking shows.
Yes.
We didn't even get into Spurs today. We're getting
We'll
late.
get to
but
them tomorrow.
yeah, I'm ass whipped by all of the. What if they do that? What if they do this?
Oh,
So and so.
I'll be
Sham says that there's mutual interest in this and that. And that.
but I will say this. I'll just
Mhm.
throw this one nugget
All
out
right.
there.
Tease tomorrow's show.
My sources are telling me KD deal is done. It's a done deal. They're just waiting till draft night. According to my sources,
Okay.
the KD deal is a done deal. He is going to be a Spur. Now, this is just according to my sources. My sources have been wrong before, but I trust this source. And apparently KD will be a Spur, but we won't know until draft night or day after or day before.
See you later, Vassell. There's going to be a battle for Mike. Vassell's going to leave. KD enters.
Well, you know what? We'll get into this
It's going to
tomorrow.
be fun.
I knew I'd do this at the end because I didn't want to lose the show. Because if I would have said this at
I'm gonna
10,
go take a shit.
if I would have said this at 10:15, Mike would have been cussing till 11:30 because he is so against this move. So I waited till the
Kevin
end.
Durant is not an SEC Texas Longhorn.
Yes,
No,
he is.
he's not.
What do you
He's
mean?
a Big 12 Texas Longhorn.
Oh shit!
Not built tough enough.
We'll discuss manana.
Let's
All right,
talk
that's
about
it.
it tomorrow.
God dang it! Now I need
You
to take
see?
a dump.
You see how
I don't know if it's what you
That was
just said or it's
strategic.
this big ass smoothie.
Yes, that's smooth.
We're done, y'all. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Thanks to those that donated, participated, viewed, liked this thing. Please share this thing. chatting this thing. Support our causes. Support our partners. This is a rising show. It's a rising show. We're pushing a boulder up a hill right now, Rudy, you know? You know what happens when the boulder gets to the top of the hill, though? Some bitch rolls down fast.
I'm practice Shaolin.
See
with
y'all
Wemby
later.
overnight.
That's right.